mahogany. Terrence.
What?
Frakes.
I will also do a dinosaur roar. Roar.
I had a dream last night as Toker. I sold my car to Brendan Fraser because it wouldn't start.
Was this 90s Brendan Fraser or current Brendan Fraser or the whale Brendan Fraser?
It wasn't the whale Brendan Fraser. I think it was Encino Man Brendan Fraser. I remember saying, if you could get it running, I'll sell it to you for $1,500. And he said, how about 12? And I said, I won't even haggle. The deal. And then he drove off with the car that I couldn't get started.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's Brendan Fraser. The car was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, got the magic.
My car said, I'd much rather have you inside me.
You dreamed Encino Man talks?
I don't recall what level of Brendan Fraser it was that was Brendan Frasering, but he was there, and I remember in my dream being like, I know he's rich, but he just knocked $300 off the asking price, but it's Brendan Fraser, so I'm cool. with it.
I'm still shocked that you had a dream where Brendan Fraser automotively cucked you.
Yeah.
Because your car wouldn't start for you. Well,
Yeah,
she started for him.
I've had some car troubles in real life, so I know where that came from. I haven't been on a big Brendan Fraser kick lately. Oh, wait, he was in that movie we watched with Peter Dinklage and
Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, I thought you had gone back and watched some Doom Patrol, but no, he barely shows up in that.
He's barely in that, but he's great in that.
I mean, he's all in it, but yeah.
He says fuck a lot.
Yeah, he does say fuck a lot. It's a lot of fuck.
I want to see Brendan Fraser's Catwoman movie.
I do too.
Him as Catwoman?
He's the villain in the Catwoman movie that they completely finished and then never released.
Batwoman.
Oh, Batwoman.
Was it Batwoman?
Batgirl.
Oh,
actually.
Is it? Okay, I don't know. I don't know which Bat family female it was.
He was in the movie and he has not seen the movie.
This is why, I don't understand why directors don't immediately rip a copy of shit before turning it over to the studio.
They should all Deadpool 1 it.
Yeah.
Just fucking release what you got if they're not gonna.
There's probably some
Leak
sort of contractual obligation.
Deny. Fucking Bobby must have stole that shit. Who's Bobby? I don't know. He worked here for 3 days.
Yeah,
he was the best boy.
We didn't even keep him saved in the database. You know, he was out so quick, but we pretty sure he did it.
Could have been some DoorDasher that got it.
Dumb fucking man.
You say best boy, I always go with Key Grip.
Yeah, but Key Grip is, in my mind, less funny than Best Boy.
Yeah, but when we were, I forget which, it wasn't a Marvel movie or it was a Marvel adjacent movie that we tried to stay through the credits for because we thought there was a post-credit scene and the old lady was waiting to clean the theater. So she kind of rudely goes, there's no, and she said, hey, you guys, there's no end credit scene. You can leave. I would have just left. But she was like, there's no end credit scene. And I was like, oh, no, I'm friends with the Key Grip. So then I'm friends with the Key Grip. I got to see their name.
Well,
you don't know anybody prestigious in Hollywood like a Key Grip.
I'm
adjacent.
My buddy's wife is a stunt woman. And she has, she's been involved in a Marvel project and a Disney project.
Ooh.
Red 1.
Oh, no.
And Black Panther 2.
Okay, that's better.
But
I don't think Red 1's going to do well.
Neither one of those movies are cutting
What
her
is
checks.
Red One.
It's a Christmas action flick.
I think it's
Talking about just the movie called Red?
Red 1. No, it's Red 1. It's about The Rock as, I don't know, Santa's little helper.
Rudolph.
Yeah,
No,
and
he's not Rudolph.
No, he's Rudolph. Red 1 means he's Rudolph. His nose will glow, and it'll be like a military term. He's Red 1 because his red nose glows to get Santa.
Red 1 is Santa.
Shut up. Don't debate my stupid dissertation.
Anyway, Santa's being played by the guy from
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, what is that guy's
They're
name?
not paying her.
Yeah. They are fighting tooth and nail to keep her from getting her money.
Why?
Because they have a monopoly, I guess.
Yeah, because they're nickel and diming every penny because movie theaters aren't buying movies the way they used to.
Like, are they trying to say she didn't do the work?
Yes.
She did the work.
Did she
And
do
they
the
could-
work?
Yeah.
And they really can't go to a pay-per-view model on their streaming platforms because people will just wait until it's done with its pay-per-view cycle, like I do.
Y'all remember me telling the story about her stopping by at my apartment when she was driving up from Panama doing scuba diving stuff?
No.
No.
Anyway, so she did a layover at my place, crashed for the night, and then drove off in the morning.
Giggity.
Kids are calling it these days.
No,
Drive-bys.
but it was because she was involved in those movies. She had spent 18 hours in the water in scuba gear.
Oh yeah, no, you'd have to cut me a check that day.
No. This is also months later and getting bits and pieces of the information. All I know is shit is in the movies not great anymore for people who are not big name faces.
Well, maybe indie films can make a big comeback. You know, I liked the 90s. It was loaded with indie films. Hardly anybody made money except for maybe a few people. And then it made a big careers out of a few people. And then they kind of forgot all the little people that they knew. And now they're the people jipping the little people. Anyway.
You know who was real big in the 90s for like expensive stunts? PM Entertainment.
Fuck is that?
They did a lot of Anna Nicole Smith movies.
There are Nicole Smith movies.
Never
Yes.
heard of such a thing. What are you talking about?
But their stunts were like every Home Depot in a 1,000-mile radius ran out of propane when they were shooting a movie there.
Oh, well, I mean, that's high quality filmmaking.
Yeah, that's right.
Or-
PM Entertainment Group
Home
Inc.
Depot are scrambling.
was an American production distribution company which produced distinctive line of low to medium budget films, mostly targeted for home video market. Such films include Instinct to Kill, Steel Frontier, Rage, and Magic Kid.
Never heard of any of these.
Yeah.
They all have like generic kind of like action or family oriented names. So I guess that, yeah, they're probably just like one of the early mockbuster people.
Yeah. You know, you've seen their work if you've seen a blockbuster.
only they do it worse.
No, I mean the store blockbuster, not like a blockbuster movie.
Yeah, if you went in and rented a physical copy of a movie, you've seen one of their movies.
Yeah, there'd be 8 copies of A Time to Kill and 1 copy of Intent to Kill. And you realize that The Time to Kill is out, and you're like, well, let's try Intent to Kill because the titles are similar.
And all of the other ones are sold out.
All the other ones are gone.
Who's the go-to geezer teaser guy now that Bruce Willis is out of the picture?
Oh, Keezer teaser.
Huh? You never heard
Geezer
that one?
teaser. No, I like that.
They're like low-budget movies made with formerly big action names that will work with your movie for a moderate paycheck and not a whole lot of like physical investment.
Jason Statham.
Yeah. Oh, he might be. Yeah, he might be that guy.
The Beekeeper.
Oh, is that a geezer teaser?
The librarian. They just give him a job and then throw action at him.
Yeah, but people I don't know. I guess people still expect Statham shit from Statham. Like, what do you get from your average Steven Seagal movie? Him sitting in a chair,
Him fighting from a chair.
fighting from a chair, his stunt double getting up from the chair, fighting somebody, sitting back down. Then it cuts to Steve.
Now watch
Waddling across the hallway.
I forget who it was that was doing the interview, but they talked about Steven Seagal's Saturday Night Live from like the 90s,
Yeah.
where like he couldn't be the butt of the joke, and he couldn't do a skit where he would lose a fight. He just couldn't. And the big finale was just, they were like, it was just chaotic. It was, you know, you watch Saturday Night Live, you expect the people on set to be familiar faces, cast members. But instead it was just a bunch of faceless mooks, because his bit to come in was to just throw them all through tables and through walls. That was the whole joke. Steven Seagal showing up at a business meeting and just beating the shit out of people. That's the big finale.
You wanted a late night stunt show.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Steven Seagal directed a second movie.
He directed a first movie?
Oh yeah, it's called On Deadly Ground from 1994. But like,
It's the second movie. His Chinese propaganda.
I don't know, Sniper Special Ops from 2016. I didn't.
No, that was his Serbian propaganda.
I don't know. He'll propaganda for anybody who's willing to pay for him to be in a movie.
As long as there's a strip club scene for him to be in.
In his heyday, I might have told this before, but in his heyday, he was in, was it Executive Order? Executive Decision, where like he dies in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom took me to that movie because Steven Seagal's in that movie. And the rest of the movie, she kept being like, he's got to be like on the wing of the plane. He's got it like he's hooked to a chain outside still. It'll cut to him like pulling himself. She just kept waiting for him to show back up, and he never does. He's just dead.
She's doing fantasy rewrites in her own head.
It was while the movie's happening, because the rest of the movie no longer matters.
Like that's not a bad idea. Like hiring a major action guy for like a stunt casting thing where they get killed and then your actual real hero takes over.
Yeah,
like that's not a bad gimmick, but
it is when the audience feels like they've been robbed of their $15 to see this movie.
Well, unless he was on all the posters and they put it as a Steven Seagal film, and
which he was, and they did.
It's like, here's an analogy for you, Franks. It's like if you order a T-bone steak special, and what you get is a paper thin slice of T-bone steak over hamburger steak. Like it's just laying on top. And you cut it till you're like, well, there's the steak I wanted, but the rest of this is just ground beef.
See, when you were making that, my mind immediately went to just the T-bone packed with hamburger meat packed around it.
Yeah.
You should start saving T-bones and do that to somebody.
Just the bones.
Yeah.
Just the
So
bones.
you went to see the other guys thinking it was like a The Rock movie. He jumps off the building, and then you're like, "Oh no!"
Oh yeah.
There goes my hero.
Who is it? The Rock, Samuel Jackson.
That's Samuel Jackson. Yeah, the best stars of that movie dead 5 minutes in.
They aimed for the bushes. There weren't even bushes.
Just no bushes.
What a great movie that was.
It really was. Fun times.
Never done a desk pop?
I will shove my hand so far up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet.
Gator don't play.
I'm a peacock captain. You gotta let me fly. That's one of my favorite running jokes. Everybody's just confused. He knows peacocks don't fly, right?
They don't?
Jeff, quote the movie.
They do. They have to, because I've seen peacocks in trees. How'd they get up there?
They jump.
And flap.
That's a high-ass tree, man.
I mean, can a chicken fly?
They were chasing freaks.
I've never seen a chicken in a tree, though.
I have.
Not a tree that's tall as the tree that I saw.
It was a low tree.
It was a low tree.
I was avoiding bringing up my peacock experience.
Nah, that's fine. We all like hearing about you getting attacked by animals. It's your joy, frankly.
It's why people are here.
Yeah, like, oh, did Frakes get attacked this week? No. Well, I guess I'll listen to the podcast.
He'll either give us a fun fact about some animal's penis or about how one attacked him.
And there goes another subscriber.
This isn't even live yet.
And it's because I didn't bring an animal penis fact. I apologize, everybody.
There's another subscriber.
Where's Google? I can do a fill in.
You know, octopuses yank their penis off in front.
And there's a new subscriber.
Oh, okay. Here's one. Alligators have a permanently erect penis that's filled with collagen, a stiff
my.
protein. All right, there you go. We have a penis fact.
You know, I was a gator wrangler for a year at the aquarium, and I wish I'd known that fact then. Just walking up to children with a gator and being like, this is the shells on its back. This is how it conducts heat because it's a cold-blooded animal. Did you know its penis is always hard and filled with collagen? All right, see y'all at the beaver touch tank.
Beaver touch tank.
I want to go to the beaver touch tank.
just pick that up. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh god, pythons have 2 dicks. Why am I on this site?
Your Google.
It's called a
never gonna say-
hemipenis. It's not 2 dicks. It's one penis that's split. It's bifurcated, just like its tongue.
Ew. That's gross.
Yeah, animals are weird, man.
Nobody likes animals. We should eat them all. There, I've taken a side on the issue.
Yeah, just lost a couple more listeners because I'm sure some of them really do like animals.
They're too busy flooding their way to the aquarium to find the beaver touch tank.
It's just Cheryl sitting in a tank.
Now, let me just leave a little disclaimer there. I just used the first thing that popped up on Google, which was their shitty AI answering thing. So that might not, in fact, be a true fact in the slide.
Telling me there's no touch tank, you motherfucker.
Oh, there's a touch tank. Last time I worked there, it was just full of conch.
Conch
Conch and horseshoe crabs.
Horseshoe crabs have blue blood.
You can't have a tank full of conch around here. People are going to steal that to eat.
People asked when I worked there. People did ask because one of them, when there was huge.
Like, ooh, I'd like to take him home.
Yeah,
I just did a search for beaver touch tank. And the AI goes,
Google said, "Welcome back, Jeff."
There isn't much info about beaver touch tanks right now, but here's some related information about beavers.
Their anus smells like vanilla.
Artificial vanilla.
Oh, nothing artificial about that one. Whew.
That's the part you're touching.
Get that vanilla extract somehow. We crowdsource our vanilla extract collection.
Crowdsource.
Why not use the hands of the foolish and cute?
Oh, that's good.
Your curiosity will be your downfall.
I'm sorry. Okay. I guess we should play the role-playing game that we're here for.
What now? Do what now?
I guess we should play the role-playing game that we're here for.
Before we lose all our subscribers?
You know, I don't like those people anyway. That's right. Fuck you, asshole. Give it the one good thing about me in a comment yet.
They really haven't.
That I know of, because I don't watch the videos.
I read them. I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about any of us. Mahogany's the only one that's ever had a fan.
Do what I can.
Like, my mom was subscribed to us, and she never even said anything nice about us.
No.
I'd be worried about those that did say something nice about us. Like, did you really listen to us?
Your mom's last comment was the Wolves of Wolfwood video. She goes, "Y'all really did talk about just soap for 7 minutes."
That came up in one of our last conversations.
You just talked about soap.
Yeah, it was a pretty good conversation about
It was
soap.
a good conversation.
Yeah.
She was very curious about how Max made his soaps. So she called me to ask. And I'm like, hey, I don't know.
Listen to the episode, bitch. I got stuff to do.
Everything that I know about Max's soap has been covered in that episode.
It's like, actually, we edited out 10 minutes of soap talk.
Yeah, she thought we were gatekeeping the information.
Full 90 minutes of soap tutorials that we had to edit.
It's just one long bleep tone over his ingredient mixture.
It's secret now. You better bleep it.
Yeah, don't anybody know I use lavender in my soap.
Outed. Anyway.
My sandalwood actually comes from the anuses of chipmunks.
That's got to be a hard poop, though. All that fucking cellulose they eat. Anyway.
Oh, see, you said you were going to start. Okay.
I'm starting. I swear.
Starting with chipmunk poop.
If you haven't navigated away yet, welcome to Raiders of the Lark presents World's Most Available Heroes, a Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition campaign. I'm your host, Terrence, reiterating that since it's been a long time since we did the introductions, like literally 20 minutes of talking about beaver anuses.
And then 20 minutes.
His name is Terrence Robinette Crosby.
Hey, no. Kill yourself.
Isn't your middle initial is R? Isn't that just your name?
No, it's just it's Roy.
Oh, that's right.
My middle name is Roy. Go ahead, get your laughs in.
My middle name's Francis. I'm not laughing at shit.
What's funny about
Valentine.
Roy?
That's kind of cool, but nobody gives a shit if you're Roy. They think you're like a fucking cartoon dog.
Jeff, what's your middle name?
Lee.
Oh, you actually answered. I thought you were going to tell me to fuck off.
I thought he was going to say Jeff and just not tell us what his first name is. At any rate, so yes, we're this is a superhero game, and these guys are playing superheroes. You can tell from their noble bearing. When last we left off, the Crusaders of Justice East Coast had been officially inducted into the Crusaders of Justice and announced to the world as part of the macro team itself. And then, a day after a pretty riotous party in the streets of Swisslakia, you guys were called into a private meeting and immediately told that you will be going to space for a special mission. After agreeing to such mission, the governing body of the Crusaders of Justice told you have 3 hours to pack and make ready, and then you'll be off. Let's go back in time a little bit before that, though, just a little bit, to kind of explain what is going on in the world. You see, in 1895, I'm going that far back. In 1895, when the War of the Worlds took place, the world was left after all the aliens were brought low by various pathogens in Earth's environment. They left behind a lot of technology, and the various world governments worked overtime to try to understand it, and they didn't really for a long time. Thus, the horrors unleashed during World War I. But by the time of the Geneva extraterrestrial protocol being signed, where extraterrestrial weapons were forbidden to be used in wartime theaters on Earth, it almost didn't matter because the treaty left out extraterrestrial derived technologies, and those became kind of basically the wave of the future, and the future was focused towards space. Between the year 1919 and 1940, a wave of exploration off planet and into deep space began. The space race was short, but long distance. And so here we are in the year 2030, where the moon and several of Earth's, or the sun's planets beyond Earth have been nominally colonized by human beings. there is a sort of a low level interspecies exchange between humanity and other extraterrestrial species. But they are also always on guard for alien invasions, which there have been several since then, and they have almost universally been pushed back by the organization known as the Space Hawks, who are the Earth chapter of an intergalactic league of heroic defenders called the Allied World Forces. In order to be a member of the Allied World Forces, the Space Hawks had to become an independent entity, independent of Earth. And that set forth basically a massive wave in the 1970s of most of the Earth's colonies declaring independence of it. So Earth, while it is the planet of humanity's origin, had spread out among the stars, so to speak, they are also kind of estranged from their children. The only people who have a decent standing with the Space Hawks in general are, of course, the Crusaders of Justice and several other similarly minded allied superhero groups. And you are also in the only port on Earth that is still allowed to basically rendezvous with humanity's extraterrestrial forces, not explicitly managed by Earth itself. Thank you for enduring the info dump.
I glazed over a lot of that because my brain is dumb.
It's fine.
You said the War of the Worlds in 1885.
1895.
1895, where the aliens were killed by the common cold.
Yes.
And my brain went, what movie was it where the aliens were killed by the common cold? I had to Google it. It was the one you just said.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Which originally was a radio play that people thought was real.
Which was originally a book from 1895.
No.
I didn't realize it was a book first.
What, for real? Are you dicking me around?
No. I literally thought that the first iteration of that was the radio play.
Did you think H.G. Wells was a guy who lived in 30 something?
I didn't realize he wrote that.
Or the 1950s? Yeah,
even though now that you say it, I'm remembering seeing H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. So just dumb.
He did more than that Time Machine book.
Oh.
Incidentally, also named The Time Machine.
Movie was that where they traveled through time in a machine? Oh.
Hot tub time machine.
Hot tub machine. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is a hot tub a machine or an appliance?
It depends on what you do with it, baby.
Oh, Lord.
What we do in hot tubs is the reason the real aliens that live in the oceans, according to the government here lately, is the reason they stay underwater in the oceans. Because they've seen what we do in water that's not in the ocean.
They felt very slandered by the show Sequest.
What a dumb show.
Oh, it had a talking dolphin. How could you not like it? How could you not like it? It's got kid appeal. Anyway.
I was a big fan of the mixed racial guys that just had patches of different ethnicities on their faces instead of just a blended color.
Now I know for sure. I've never.
You watched way more of the show than I did.
I just remember the talking dolphin and the kid that was his friend.
Yeah.
And then how much I more enjoyed C-Lab.
Yeah, well,
2021.
Like, I knew that C-Lab was a parody of a show, but I had like I feel like it was like some shit my mom watched when I was when she was a kid or something.
Oh yeah, no,
like
C-Lab was just straight up reused, like you reused animation and shit. Like,
of C-Lab.
A much
was
more
the original cartoon.
Yeah, I think it was C-Lab 2020, and then the
2021.
Yeah, it was C-Lab 2021.
But the talking dolphin with the kid in it is a holdover from Sequest, right?
Yeah.
Or did they put? Or did the talking dolphin end up in Sequest because of C-Lab?
Oh God, good question. I've never actually watched any of the original Sea Labs.
These are the questions that need answers, though. This is
Yeah, we should quit gaming. Go watch cartoons.
Welcome to our deep dive podcast. What came first, the dolphin in C-Lab or the dolphin in Sequest?
The Dolphins and Johnny Mnemonic.
The next 72 episodes. We're gonna deep dive.
All right. So yes, you are given like 3 hours to prepare. They tell you that you guys are going solo on this one, so it's just going to be the four of you undertaking the mission. Adam is basically going to be overseeing the base. He said they found some fill-ins, and he's going to be he side-eyes the boys and says, I might take the boys out on some low-stakes missions, if that's all right with you. If that's all right with you, mistress, says Greg.
Bubblegum?
I don't respond to mistress. I don't like that.
Oh. Your silence was roleplay. My bad.
Mm-hmm. I told you to call me Bubblegum. That's my name.
If that's okay with you, Bubblegum.
Go get it.
Wonderful.
Just don't embarrass me.
Never. Not once. Not in a million years.
Now, Billy, just be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you're doing your best to cause no harm in a collateral sense, and take care of Greg. Keep an eye on him and make sure that he's safe. He's under our care now.
Bubblegum leans over to Greg and is like, nerd.
Billy leans in and says, I haven't picked a superhero name. Any suggestions?
Billy.
Not a lot of zing to that one.
No. Well, that's a very good question.
It's Billy with an I instead of a Y. That you could have that weird conversation with everybody about it.
What's a good robot name?
Billy the Kid.
Billy Bot.
Billy Bot. That makes me sound kind of like a household appliance.
Yeah.
Robo Billy.
I mean, Greg already has one. Greg nods, and you see him pull a cape out of nowhere. Like, he's not wearing a cape, but he reaches behind him and whip up a cape, spins it around, and he's wearing like a black and purple costume with a massive witch hat and a cape. Is Witch Boy.
Okay. Going for the magic.
Approves. She probably helped him make the costume.
All right.
And do you want to lean into the robot angle?
I don't really want to I don't want to seem like I'm making it my whole personality, you know?
Making it your whole personality is kind of what a superhero name is.
Oh, geez, you're right. Yeah.
So we want to lean away from the robot aspect, the androidic aspect of it. Okay.
Human hero, Billy.
Greg suggests Techno Kill. I like that one.
Techno Kid.
Murder Pinocchio.
The Techno Kid.
But remember, if you do this, for decades, you're always going to be something kid.
Oh yeah.
No, it could be like those rappers that graduate and just drop the maybe just techno.
Yeah, I can be Lil Techno later.
No, you drop the Lil, and then you just are techno, but you start off as Lil something.
All right, Lil Techno and Witch Boy. That'll work for now. All right.
Let me just float this one last idea.
No. We're out of time. The ship's leaving.
Cyber Shogun.
Cyber Shogun?
It says no.
You're imprinting, Frakes. You're imprinting.
All right, Adam flies between this conversation. All right, guys, come on. We got to get going. He shoos the boys away, and he turns to you guys like, be careful up there.
Adam, I need rations.
Rations. All right. Ooh, I'll head on down.
Because we're going on a journey.
Yeah.
And it's not like we can go to a McDonald's right down the road.
I got to feed you.
Well, I just want to make sure we have extras just in case for emergencies.
Don't worry. We will have rations. Wait, are you talking about junk? Are you talking about junk food?
Wink, wink.
Oh.
I said rashes, but what I meant was Slim Jims, Doritos, and Snicker bars.
Right. Adam says, don't worry.
Donuts.
You guys go pack. I'll make you a care package. I'll take the boys to the convenience store. We got a lot of weird foreign snacks here, so you're gonna get what you're getting.
Or you got any of that freeze dried ice cream that's just tastes awful?
Yeah, no, astronaut ice cream is huge in this universe. Everyone loves it. It's branched out. It's become astronaut like turkey dinner, astronaut cocktails. They're all in little freeze dried bars.
I wish the little ice cream dots had made it, but sadly, nobody liked those.
No.
Actually, I'll ask everybody. Give me your grocery list for and I'll go pick up some stuff.
All right, grocery lists are made. Stuff is picked up.
And then I'll go teleport and go get stuff from the States.
Okay.
And then come back.
There's always a ship. Bubblegum, Grack, you see, reappears behind you. Miss Bubblegum, you're going to be off planet. So
Yeah.
I won't be able to immediately join you if you call for me.
So you will be able to join me if I call you, though? It'll just take some time?
He says, you will have to use the only way I can. All my teleportation powers are a short distance, except for my ability to use fairy doors, which I can turn any door into. So, if you need me in any particularly dire circumstances, find a door, write my name on it, and knock 3 times, and I will come through it.
Can I ask you this? How big does the door have to be? And does it have to be a physical door, or can it be like a door in a poster or something?
Any door, any size. Okay. It has to be a door. It has to be a physical door.
So it can't be a picture of a door.
No. It can be an archway. It can be an archway. It can be...
Like, if I take this door off this dollhouse and keep it in my bag...
You have to be able to open it.
Yeah, like if I take the door... So I've got this, like, Lego dollhouse. It's got a door and a doorway and all that stuff. So if I take the whole door jam section with the door that swings open and closed, is that possible?
You're not making this easy for me, but yes.
I'm just asking. I just want to know the limitations.
The limitations are it has to be a door. You have to write my name on it. You have to knock 3 times, and it has to be a door.
Okay. If I believe it's a door, it's a door.
No. It has to be a door.
Real specific, particular.
Hi. Bread boxes have a door. Mailboxes have a door. These are all doors.
Okay. So if I take this mailbox and shrink it down, put it in my pocket, and I need you, then I can write your name on this mailbox door and knock 3 times, and you'll come through it?
Yes.
Okay.
As is my duty.
I probably won't do that, but I just would like to know that I can. If I need to.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna intentionally make it difficult for you, but I would like to know that if I'm in some sticky situation, how,
I love that you need all the details for something you plan to definitely not use.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm saying that that's not going to be my first option.
Round 1. I need to summon Witch Goblin.
The goblin in the witch hat and the superhero costume motions you even closer to as if he's about to impart to you a secret.
I'll come as close as I dare. What's up?
Keep an eye on him. We don't do well separated from natural environments, and I don't know how well he's going to do. And he cuts his eyes towards Cyber Squatch really quickly.
Ah, so gotcha.
Whatever aid I can render you in space, please try to do it in a biosphere.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Cyber Squatch is not aware.
No, yeah, he's very low, very low.
Gotcha.
And then he disappears again, presumably to go back shopping with Billy and Adam. Any other last minute things? Sound off.
What are you using for spacesuits?
Adam is gone. They're giving you like you're basically outside the meeting chamber with, at this point still the meeting chamber with the council.
Okay.
So if you had any questions for them, you could ask them. But they told you everything's going to be provided for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to know what we're wearing. Definitely.
Of course you do. You, after a while, you guys are led to a part of basically the rear of the castle. It's enormous. Like I said, it's a long walk. There's a long courtyard, a long garden that you're walking through. You're basically walking almost off the castle grounds toward the mountains. And then when you get to basically the very back of the estate, you can hear a rumbling as a part of the garden, the back garden, opens up, and a large silver rocket begins to rise out of the ground. A couple of guards join you. They are wearing the Swisslockian regalia, and they say, "Good luck on your journey, heroes. We need you to aboard the vessel a little early to get fitted for your suits. And once the thing is finally lifted up the air, standing about 7 stories tall, it's like a 1940s Amazing Stories gleaming silver rocket ship. A door in the side opens up, and a long walkway extends to the ground. And when you go inside, there is a crew there, not wearing the Swisslockian stuff. They are wearing green and gold uniforms that bear the insignia of the Space Hawks. One of them gives you a smart salute as the first of you step through the door. "Greetings, Crusaders of Justice. Are you prepared for your journey?"
Yes.
Sure.
The turn to the vastness, emptiness that is the terrible space.
Well, we like it.
You are members of the Silverhawks or the
Nope.
Space Hawks?
We are. I'm Tom Corbett, captain of this vessel. He extends a hand to anyone who will take it.
I'll shake his hand. How are you now?
It's really nice to meet you. We've been on standby for about a week. It'll be nice to get off the ground. We're not super comfortable Earthside, but let's just get you fitted. And you see a couple of other of the Space Hawks move towards you, and they begin scanning your bodies with like some sort of like imager, and they begin building your space suits to your specifications in holographic form right away. If you have any input now, this is where you do it. Bubblegum.
Bubblegum just kind of pushes them aside and takes over and designs her.
All right.
And then looks at everybody else's and makes sure that they're aesthetically pleasing to her.
Okay.
While she's at it.
All right. You do a quick high fashion makeover of the standard.
I mean, it doesn't have to be high fashion. It's just got to be
fashionable.
Exactly.
Worth looking at.
You're not going to be out here looking corny, okay? All
right.
Are these suits going to be able to go around my cybernetics, or will they?
They're custom made for your cybernetics. Would you prefer your cybernetics to be free? We can create an airlock around that.
Well, whatever works the best. I mean,
do you require them?
Cannon.
Do you require them for combat? Obviously, yes. Then, yeah, we will create self-sealing apertures for that. Your suits are fabricated in short order. It takes about 10 minutes for their machinery to spit out Bubblegum's designs.
And as soon as I get my suit on, I show you guys by turning into a paper airplane that my suit folds with me. Ha ha ha.
He tells you that the environmental protections are emergency activated or self-activated. There's a button around the ring of your collar that will deploy the force domes, and he shows you on his uniform, which creates a sort of a semi-transparent globe of force around him. Is everyone clear? Good. And
I don't think I need any of that.
Oh, is your suit already suited?
I didn't pay for any of that stuff, but I just assumed
Okay.
he had Cosmic Knight
I
from
figured,
space.
yeah, I
But
figured.
you
I
have
figured
one that makes you look like part of the team, though.
Yeah, but there's always got to be that one person that doesn't have this stuff. Like I'm the Beast. I'm Beast from X-Men. Or
Yours looks different enough. I took into account your need to stand out.
I don't have a need to stand out. I just don't have a need for that.
Wear the suit.
It never hurts to have a backup, son.
Okay.
That's why I'm wearing one.
If my cloak doesn't flap when I'm
Put it on
a short
and
time
see
later,
how flappy the cloak is.
is anybody before the Captain Corbett raises his hand while you guys are discussing? Does anybody here fly?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
He points to you, Cyber Squatch. You?
I jump really far.
Well, jump jets are not ideal for this, but shortly thereafter, in a very short order, before launch, we're going to reorient to the vessel. It's gravity, internal gravity. Just be prepared for that. And you see that now that you look at the place, like most of the equipment is like double facing and hinged in various directions, and the doors are like top to bottom. They open on their like sliding open, but you can. There are basically walkways on both sides of the floor and ceiling. But you guys are standing on neither of them currently. You are on what is ostensibly the wall, and as you prepare, you hear the general gravity shift alert go off. I need a reflex from you, Cyber Squatch.
Okay. Bust out the dice.
It's been a while.
Flex, is that my dexterity?
Yeah. Sorry, dexterity.
17.
All right, cool. You guys feel the gravity shift, and you flyers can kind of orient yourself slowly as everybody else just does a brief hop or extends their leg to the nearest wall to the appropriate walkway. And Cyber Squatch, you just do like a little bit of a midair hop and are able to orient yourself just fine.
Got this.
A short time later, you're all seated and places for you to sit during the launch. There, of course, safety harnesses, that sort of thing. The place has a very kind of like retro futuristic kind of appeal to it. And you see that most of the people here, the Space Hawks, their uniforms look kind of old timey. Like they have like the breast with the buttons down one side, and they're sort of forest green with gold trim.
You guys in a marching band?
Nope, we're in a military. The Space Hawks are essentially Earth's military fighting force, whether Earth wants it or not. But that's a whole political ball of wax. I'm not fit to discuss, apparently. You get a note of bitter from Corbett's voice as he tells you this. He says, but we're about to take off. Looks like your training officer has one last message for you. So there is a monitor in front of the seat in front of you if you need to talk to him. And you see them pop live, and you see Adam there with the boys. They are basically just staring up at the screen and looking at you guys in your space accoutrements. Billy goes, "Whoa, sweet duds." And Adam says, "All right, kids, again, please be careful up there. It is so fucking dangerous. I cannot stress this enough. Promise me you'll all come back safe."
We'll come back safe.
Yes, always.
Good. I worry about you.
And teamwork.
Yeah. We'll try to keep everything shipshape for you down here. You have a nice flight now. Bye-bye. The boys go, bye. Billy seems to be most excited and he looks nervous for you. And his face kind of screws up a little bit, like he's trying to fight crying, but the screen's cut out and you guys hear the roar of the engine cycle up. Captain Corbett moves to the cockpit And you hear his voice come, all right, everyone brace for takeoff. This will not take long, but it is a little bumpy.
Well, this will be very painful. Good luck, everybody.
Do we have seats to strap into?
Yeah. You're strapped in, I assume.
All right.
The takeoff is, as he said, very shaky. It rattles pretty hard, but you're only rattling for about 45 seconds before the atmosphere of the Earth gives way to the clean silence of space. The only thing you hear now are the thrum of the engines and your harnesses auto unlocking. You say, all right, everyone, you're safe to mill about. Everyone have a good trip. For those of you who are space sick, Cosmic Knight, you are fine. The other three of you need to give me fortitude checks.
Oh shit.
Here we go again. Oh, cool. Does a natural one automatically fail?
Yeah, it does in this instance.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
I rolled an 18.
All right.
Plus 12 for the fortitude.
All right, Defrag, you're able to keep yourself together. Your first jaunt into outer space, while a little bit stomach clenching, you're able to move smoothly past. Bubblegum, what'd you get?
Let's see. What am I rolling again?
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Those 18 on the die plus. Where are you, Fortitude? 29.
All right. You are able to stomach this pretty well indeed. You are a lifelong, what do you call it? Transnational person, basically. Yeah,
Jet set.
You've been on jets your whole life. This does not bother you much at all. Cyber Squatch, you feel the weight of everything pulling you back toward Earth in a way that the rest do not. Not just physically, not just like your equilibrium, but something, you feel something almost snap as you breach the gravity of Earth. And it basically just makes your stomach heave. It feels like you've been like pulled apart like a piece of monkey bread off the cake.
As if my entire sense of being the last vestige of myself is no longer connected to a larger consciousness of me.
Very much so, similar to that. Despite what people have told you about your transformation into a cyborg, some of Earth's magic still dwelled within you, and you have now fully severed yourself from it. You feel naked.
I imagine I black out.
All right, then. Cyber Squatch blacks out.
That's when Bubblegum remembers what Grax said to her, and she's gonna
draw her sword.
Share that information with Defrag and be like, you know what? I just realized that maybe this wasn't a good idea for him to come. Grax said something about keeping an eye on him. Because something wasn't something. I don't remember. What did he say?
He said people like him and me don't do well off the planet.
Yeah, those words. I'm like, yeah, that's what he said. What do we do? How do we help him?
Hello?
It's beyond me. To what reconnecting to? I mean, do we know? I don't know.
You hear a voice come across the comms. This is a medical officer. I'm getting some strange readings from one of you. Is everything all right in there?
Oh, Cyber Squatch is. And I keep like smacking him on the face. He's out.
All right. A medical team shows up, and Cyber Squatch, you are examined while you're unconscious there. They look you over. They tell you, well, you've got a significant blood pressure drop, but he's rallying. Everything's coming around. Let's see. We can, breathing's all right. As you're just coming to the first light you see is somebody thumb pulling your eye open, your fleshy eye open, and saying, no, I think he just blacked out from the takeoff. I mean, it's not uncommon.
Am I here?
Yeah, you come around as the medical team are packing their things up, and they leave you like a container of cold water, and they tell you, it's a good thing you skipped lunch. I hope.
I don't eat food.
Don't eat. Oh, well,
Most of my internals are more robotic than organic.
you feel yourself kind of like separated again, like I said before, and you're getting a lot more like information. You're processing a lot more of the information that the cybernetic half of you is always feeding you 24/7, stuff that normally you would just kind of glaze over or ignore because a lot of it is mathematics you don't understand, or a lot of it is also in German. But like now that you've opened your eyes again, you are seeing the world as they built you to. You are reading people's pulse. You are getting their heat signatures. The computer is now assessing people for danger, and all this flood of information is coming to you in a way that you can more readily understand than usual.
Ich bin Ivan.
Huh. All right. But you come around. This fades as well for now. They tell you that if you need to, we have stasis pods if you want to make the trip that way. It's going to be a week, so.
There is nothing left to fear. I have reached equilibrium with the journey.
Good. The medical crew leaves you guys alone in your common area. Basically, you guys have been given a suite with your own like individual compartments and everything. The ship is basically designed for transport of VIPs.
Cyber Squatch will sit straight upright, hands on knees, and just sit there unmoving.
How about the rest of you? What are you guys doing?
Playing video games.
All right. Bubblegum.
Attempting to play video games with Jeff.
Okay.
Defrag.
Attempting to play video games with Defrag. Bubblegum, what are you doing?
Going back and forth between just like relaxing and listening to music and like trying to look like I'm not observing Cyber Squatch.
Observing Cyber
being
Squatch.
Really obvious about observing
Okay.
Cyber Squatch.
Observing Cyber Squatch is an exercise in unnerving tedium. He's not doing much of anything, right? So is that the case?
Yeah. Have y'all ever seen the interrogation room footage of the guy who got caught killing a woman and he just sat there for 2 hours while you see the detective leaning back and moving around, and the guy's just got his hands on the table and he doesn't move?
No, but I've seen Paranormal Activity, and I feel like that happens a lot where they're like fast forwarding through somebody just standing still.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. And if you engage him in conversation, he will converse. But there is a specific cadence that he now has when he speaks to you. And it is not the Cyber Squatch way of speaking. It is very precise and clipped and cut short.
So, like, what does he do if Bubblegum, like, she's been watching you and you're just, like, not doing anything. And now she's like, I'm gonna do some flybys, getting closer and closer and seeing if you like move to swat her away or anything. Are you reacting at all, or are you just?
Well, I'm used to
like I never actually touch you, but I'm like,
yeah. I'm familiar with you drifting around as a paper airplane. You've done that many times. It's a little unnerving because there is a sense that when you pass in front of him, kind of the same way that a predator locks in on something moving, like the way a chameleon, its eyes will just lock on to its prey. When you pass in front of his eyesight, that's what happens, and he watches you. And if you don't try to, I don't say anything.
Weird.
Yeah, there's been a shift in Cyber Squatch.
The Cyber Squatch, you feel yourself brought out of it only momentarily when you see one of your targeting lasers like flash to life on the side of the airplane, but only briefly.
Oh, that's right. I do have fucking targeting lasers. Yeah, so if anybody looks up, or Bubblegum, if you notice, you get the target lock.
Like, do I notice? Can I just notice? Because like that's the kind of stuff I'm watching for.
You can notice, yeah. You see the little line of red light briefly flash on and then slowly fade off. As it tracks you around the room.
All right, I'm gonna do a couple more laps, and then I'm going to air quotes nonchalantly drift over to where the other two are playing video games, and be like, "Yeah, this is extra weird. What's going on with Cyber Squatch? He just targeted me."
And then Cyber Squatch will immediately stand up, walk to the other side of the room, so that he can keep an eye on all three of you.
Okay.
We all do that thing where we turn around and stare at the same time.
While you guys are staring, you hear a voice come across the intercom. All right, folks, if you take a look outside it doesn't matter which side it is. You see a screen flare to life on a nearby wall. Here is Earth's moon, and you can see Luna 1 colony shining there on the dark side. He tells you that we are about to go to a much more brisk speed as we head toward the planet of Mars, which at this time of year is on the other side of the sun. So it's going to be a bit of a hump. And this is your last chance to get fitted for stasis if you want to avoid the long trip. A door opens up and an officer comes in, looks carrying like 4 like little rebreathers. Like, anybody want to do the stasis? It's like I said, if you don't like checkers and chess, there isn't a lot to do.
How long for stasis?
1 week.
How sharing has Defrag been with video games?
Oh, I'm giving you all kind of access.
I'm fine with not stasis. I'm playing video games for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, if Cyber Squatch ain't sleeping, I'm not sleeping.
You hear the guy. You see the guy like touch his earbud. He's like, okay. Well, okay. We were worried about a supply situation, but I have it on good authority that one of you does not eat.
I have no need of food nor rest.
Great.
And I brought extra foods.
Oh, that's against regulation. What do you got? Did you get any of those Doritos? I've only had those once.
I don't know what you're talking about. Weak.
Come on. He's like, the guy leans down and like, you see him like kill the comm. He's like, come on. Like,
I pull out a duffel bag and like zip it open just a little bit. And there's a bag of Doritos.
Hot damn, Earth contraband. God, the captain is such a stickler. You need to hide these, but yeah.
Oh, they are. They're in my dimensional pocket.
As soon as Defrag pulls a duffel bag out, Cyber Squatch locks onto it.
Are you sure you're not hungry? The guy says.
Talking about being weird.
When he realizes that there are no weapons being brought out, he looks away.
Well, Pringles do look like an RPG.
Throwing stars.
Neji Star.
The 5 lady fingers of death.
It's like, while you're in there, did you get the Skittles and Surge that I asked for?
Oh, anything that was on the list, we got.
Yeah,
Yes.
Surge. In this universe, it eclipsed Mountain Dew and never went back. Mountain what? Fuck it.
There for a while, you could order Surge off Amazon Prime not too long ago. I don't know if they still sell it.
Because they had like started doing it again for a while.
Oh yeah. The first time I had Surge was like they were giving it away outside of an Aerosmith concert that
I feel like that was my lunch freshman year.
Sugar.
No, 10th grade. Yeah.
I imagine the big brands instead of Coke and Pepsi, it's Surge and Cheerwine.
Cheerwine would never make it that far.
It was like a consolation prize. I feel like, it was after like one of the more poorly received albums.
It had those Like, funny enough, I think I do remember. Like, I remember tasting Fruitopia that way. Like, as like given away at some sort of event for the first time, and I think I might have tasted Surge that way too.
That's how I had Sobe for the first time outside of a concert.
If you go to our Ask an American about the availability of Surge, Reddit user Illegal Sex commented that it was brought back on Amazon a few months ago, and he has it on secret sources that both Surge and Tab will be re-released on Amazon in the near future.
Oh.
That is a newsworthy article these days. I read a post on Reddit and put it on my other website for you to click.
If anybody knows anything about contraband, it's illegal sex.
Yeah. From our Ask an American page, where someone from Norway was like, Surge, citrus-flavored soft drink introduced in the USA in 1997, successor to the Norwegian Urge soft drink still sold here to this day. Is Surge still available in the US? Can I get that?
Me I can go to Norway and I can get Urge.
You can go to Norway.
We can drink an Urge right now.
We can drink an Urge. I love that Urge is a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot you can get in Norway that you can't get here.
Oh my God! It's the same product. They just took the S off.
Yeah. Literally, there's a guy in Norway that just scrapes the S off the cans. They don't even redo the label. It's just one dude, his whole job.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe you think you got enough time to get tickets for Christmas? Let's go to Norway and get some Urge.
I've got the urge to get Urge from Norway.
What's crazy is the guy who scrapes the S off the Surge cans, he makes 150 million kroner a year.
So like $800. I don't know.
Now I think they have a pretty strong currency.
The one thing about him is he's pissed off that Surge has been discontinued and they're too goddamn lazy to change the factories. We could be doing Urge out of the factory and there could be an American asshole that has to paint a little S on them, but no, America's bigger and badder than the rest of us. So.
That could be us. We could be the S painters.
I think you're missing the accent work. I mean, it's Norway, so he would be a little more pissed in this kind of voice.
There is my bottle of Urge.
Yeah.
I'll be the writer. You do the voices.
I have scraped off the S's of all of these bottles.
Since 1995.
Since 1995. Why do we not just open up our own Urge factories making our bottles? Anyway. Yeah, Cyber Squatch is being real fucking weird.
All right. Fucking weird. Okay, then
As soon as that guy leaves, Cyber Squatch stands up and starts exploring the ship.
Okay. You begin moving to the ship. You see there are crew compartments. There's the engine room. There are weapon batteries that they urge you, once they find you there, tell you, hey, we need to keep this place clear of civilians.
I am understanding. Glitch words.
Still doing Norwegian accent.
had to shift a little bit. Your concern is understood. Engaging deception. And then I will turn and walk away.
Okay.
Cataloging everything.
You feel the pickup of the vessel. The engines go into a different, more dedicated speed. It is not FTL travel, but it is pretty fucking fast. And those of you that occasionally glimpse outside the viewer or on one of the viewing screens, the only thing you really see if you're looking like out the side, like you're just seeing sort of a blur, but looking far ahead, the cameras are able to optimize the image, showing you the planets and structures in space that you are passing. You pass Venus within a day. You can see that there are a lot of, like, as you're going by, you can see there's a lot of space stations around the planet as the terraforming process is still well underway on the planet. You can see distantly as you are getting in orbit to slingshot around the sun. Mercury, just a tiny black ball standing out against the sun itself. You're only treated to this just a little bit before the captain tells you, all right, we're going into very, very fast mode. We got to get past the sun quickly. These shields are made for a certain amount of time near that much heat and radiation. So everyone brace yourself for full speed. And the ship goes full speed. Everything becomes a blur of light before they just cut all visualizers. Cyber Squatch, as the ship goes near the sun, you feel something reach out towards you. You feel yourself come alive again. The life-giving aura of the star itself has a powerful radiation that even reaches this far. And you are basically you feel refilled. You felt like an empty vessel before, wandering around, not even really knowing what you're doing for like 2 or 3 days now. And then suddenly you're standing there looking down at a weapons schematic that you've been able to get a hold of on one of the panels into your seat. You see that there are all kind of cords that have extended from your arms and have plugged into the computer systems here. And you're just like, it's just going over the ship schematics, particularly focusing on weapons and armament. But now you're back.
So I've lost time.
Yeah, you Cyber Squatch have lost time. At least in any, like, it doesn't feel like things you don't remember, but it feels like fever dream.
Like I was watching from a back seat as I was doing all this stuff.
Like you've been watching from the balcony in the back of your mind.
I will retract all of my cords rapidly.
Yeah.
As rapidly as I can, and I will go back to our suite.
Okay. You find everybody there just chilling and playing video games again. Like this on day 3 of your game-a-thon with Defrag, Cyber Squatch. Oh, Cyber Squatch walks back in.
I Kramer through the door.
Okay. Guys!
There's a round of applause. You wait for it to end before you begin your sentence.
I whip the door open and I come in. I don't know how much time I have. This is a problem, and I will relay what I have been dealing with. I should have gone into stasis, but I don't even know if stasis would have kept me under. I'm a danger to the crew. I shouldn't have come here.
Go into stasis now.
I shoot him and put him out of his misery.
That's half the problem, Bubblegum. I don't know if stasis will hold. If my brain, what's left of me, remains unconscious, the cybernetic part of me may continue to do the things that it's going to do.
Can you make the cybernetic part of you go to sleep?
It would take someone with an intense amount of technical skill to stop playing video games and pay attention to the situation.
I wonder who that is.
I haven't even been able to control my cybernetics when I was quasi-conscious.
Okay.
Well, shit.
I believe I even targeted you with weapons array, Bubblegum.
You did. I told them they didn't. I don't know if you believe me or not, but I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a vague memory of going to the weapons armory, and I think I was trying to get in there and sabotage something.
Let's hack him and go into him and check him out.
All right. Okay. Give me a computers check. You plug into Cyber Squatch's computers and you immediately get an alert from Minerva. Wow, there is a lot of defenses here, Chief.
All right.
Stuff I have never seen before.
Let me just get out of the way here, and I'll walk past Cyber Squatch and pat him up, give him a friendly pat on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to stand behind him.
Okay.
Ready to kill.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Give me a computers check, Defrag.
So 14 plus 20, 34.
All right. You do a quick analysis and of the situation and see that Cyber Squatch's cybernetics basically are the thing that is keeping the living parts of him alive, including the brain that serves as most of his higher functions. But you see there's also like a lot of other material there, particularly attached to the brain itself. Lots of hardware, lots of very invasive programming that Cyber Squatch has displayed a pretty amazing amount of will to suppress, either simply because of his inherently magical nature has been undoing the damage while he was been on Earth, or he just is stubborn. It's hard to tell, but here in space, where he does not have access to Earth's vital force, he is losing the battle. But your observation, and Minerva tells you that it's probably not wise to touch anything we don't need to. We don't know whether or not he will be incapacitated on a permanent basis if we do the wrong thing. However, you do find that there are certain protocols that can sleep a lot of the more aggressive functions of his cybernetics. Stuff you can essentially shut off his powers and just make them go into life support mode.
Okay. That's what I will focus on is for right now, put stuff in sleep mode and don't set up maybe some kind of alert protocols in there to let me know if anything gets triggered.
Minerva suggests I can set up a clone if you need.
Yeah, let's do something like that.
All right. You see, Minerva split herself into two, but the second one is a sort of a dim copy of herself.
Yeah, a little sprite. Yeah,
which embeds itself into the outer shell of his very intense firewalls.
All right.
From here, I can keep everything, keep an eye on everything, and broadcast back to us whenever we need. Shouldn't be a problem at all. The process of basically reducing him down to, well, half of what he was is a bit of a depressing one, but a necessary one. And you were able to do it. Cyber Squatch, are you letting Cyber Squatch in on what you're doing to him while you're doing it?
I will. Well, first of all, because some of this might trigger some of the software. So not at first, but after I do it, then I will tell him once he looks like he's got more of a handle on the situation.
All right.
And then before I do that, I will also hit him with some healing to boost his biological functions.
All right. You feel defrags one of his healing injections course through your veins.
He shoves a healing grenade down my pants.
I assume he's gonna do it in a more gentle way than that, but all right.
Swallow this. Don't mind it. It looks like a grenade.
All right, bend over. I've got a suppository for you. Clink.
It might tingle just a little bit.
Why is it fragmentary?
Concussion.
You see a few things redline, his blood pressure and things like that after your healing goes off, but it calms down rather quickly, and eventually you are able to cut off basically the sensors side of the defenses. Like you become convinced that you can communicate freely with Cyber Squatch.
Okay, I'll put all that stuff in sleep mode and I'll let him know what's going on.
All right.
That means that all of my cybernetics are no longer functioning.
No, they're functioning on life support mode, which includes ambulation, organ support, blood flow, etc.
I mean, like my powers.
Your powers, other than your strength, are in sleep mode.
Gotcha. So if we do get into a fight, I'm just hitting something with heavy metal arms.
Kind of, yes.
Dope.
If you choose to do that, then yes. The one of the officers of the space vessel comes in and is carrying a cart with not officers, but one of the cadets comes in carrying a cart with like lunch options, which are, things in tubes and things. I say, all right, dinner's served. What are you folks having a huddle?
Good.
Yeah, all good.
All righty. I'll just leave this here. Let us know when you need it. It's 7th day, so if anybody wants to, cut loose in the cantina later, this shift's gonna have a few drinks after they come off.
Sure.
All right. Have a good night. See you later.
You. Terrence, real quick, I would like to do see if I can get into the computer system and do a check by security feeds to see what Cyber Squatch had gotten himself into when he was home.
All right, give me another computer check for me.
And if there's any way I can assist him with anything that I am aware of, like I can roll technology to assist him with, like, here's where my data banks would be kept. Here's my HDMI cable.
Oh, I thought are you going to the ship's logs or Cyber Squatches?
Ship's logs.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to see if he got into something he should not have gotten into.
All right. Yeah. Well, then we'll just go about it. You are actually able to get into the ship's logs pretty easily. Like, you're a VIP, but you're also a member of Crusaders of Justice. You have some pretty high clearance already. So getting the ship's logs, reviewing the public areas and some of the private areas is no hard task for you. And you're able to review the footage, tracking Cyber Squatch from room to room. You see when no one's around, he does deep scans of all the equipment he sees. While you were playing video, you see footage of you and Cosmic Knight playing video games, while in the background he is on a computer just wailing through like technical schematics on one of the ship's computers.
It took many, many years, but I think the Immortal Axis's attempt with me has finally borne the fruit of the tree that they had planted. Defrag, I need you to see if I've been broadcasting any of this information elsewhere.
Do a quick scan.
All right. You do not see that he has, or rather, you do not detect any outgoing scans from the vessel itself. He'd basically have to hijack the ship's outgoing machinery itself to broadcast back to Earth, especially at these speeds.
Is there any kind of tapeworm program that he might his thing would have done where it set something up where it will sooner or later transmit something automatically?
That one I will need a computer's check for.
Okay. And that is, let's see, 32.
You find that there's a program that has been placed on the ship's computers to broadcast within Earth proximity. So there is basically a trigger program that once it registers that it is near Earth, it will broadcast a lot of information from the ship's computer archives. It may not be terribly sensitive information since this is a transport ship with some combat capabilities, but it's there.
All right, I will just remove it.
All right,
and technically delete it because I don't want it coming back that it looks like I downloaded it myself. So I am going to remove it completely.
Gotcha. After this scenario, or after this situation, Cyber Squatch, you are nominally back normal, but you feel like you have the flu, as described to you by humans. And especially after you get well away from the aura of the sun, the ship's screaming speed takes you well away from that nourishing aura. And you can see on the visualizers as you come up a day or two later, the red planet Mars. And the captain comes across, says, all right, folks, first we're going to make a quick stop at Bradbury Station before we head off to the icebox. We've got to offload some personnel and equipment. So if you want to tour Mars's largest orbiting city, this is your chance. But you have 5 hours, he says.
I want to go to the Total Recall Museum.
Bradbury Station, an enormous orbiting city, essentially, around the planet of Mars, is where you dock, and it is both spectacular and a little gaudy. It is one of the oldest human settlements in space, and it has a very kind of like hodgepodge, like it looks like a trailer that has been turned into a house, and then had a carport and a shed. And
You mean the thing we'd all be lucky enough to afford one of these days?
yeah, it basically like, yeah, it has a very tacked on kind of like, it doesn't even have a design. It is just a big mess of space stations kind of kludged together as they fell out of use and then were drawn into the main body. But it is a bustling hive of not scum and villainy, but people. So scum and villainy. Are you guys going to disembark, or are you going to wait out your 5 hours and prepare for your rendezvous at the icebox?
Cyber Squatch is going to stay in bed, especially if you're saying he's got the flu. Just that sort of like heavy limbed, kind of draggy feeling. Mm-hmm.
Bubblegum wants to check it out.
All right, yeah, you've seen footage of Bradbury Station over the years. Like some space fads get back to certain cliques and things like that on Earth, and sometimes there's like a brief posh for space fashions, but it usually falls out of fashion pretty quickly because like most space fashions are very utilitarian, and sometimes that just does not work in the summer. But Bradbury Station is chillier than normal. It is like about 70 degrees in its warmest parts. The place is damp, like surprisingly humid. And it has its gravity generators are fluky. Like you feel yourself heavier and lighter depending on which street you are on. And the crew of the ship that brought you give you like a general outline. They say, yeah, the maps here are notoriously bad. One of us can stay with you as a guide, or you can just kind of make notes about where you've been. They watch out for street gangs, that sort of thing. Any new city stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How about you other two?
I might go with Bubblegum.
All right.
I think I will too.
Okay. Cyber Squatch, you are left to convalesce.
Oh, I mean, do we need to leave Cyber Squatch alone?
He's back to normal. He just seems to be dragging.
Yeah, you guys are fine. I'll just stay here. I know that doesn't sound very trustworthy considering how you've seen me do things that I don't even really trust me to do. I'll tell you what, I'll come with you. I might slow you down, but I don't want to be a burden, and I'll throw my legs over the side of the bed and ponderously stand up and lumber behind them.
All right. As you are lumbering out into the streets of Bradbury Station, you see that it is filled with human beings and a smattering of alien life form as well. The people in charge of the spaceport are, let's see, what are they? They are Zutanians, your archetypical little green men, highly advanced technical culture. However, it seems to be, by all accounts, extremely repressive. And so a lot of them strike out for other territories, join various foreign militaries, just relocate to get away from their very, very strict home. The Zutanians greet you with enthusiasm, and they tell you, oh, Earth heroes, wonderful! And one of them seems to be genuinely interested in your autographs because they saw the broadcast about your induction into the Crusaders of Justice. He seems to have a hand-printed picture of the big photo op that the two teams did together. Where he looks over your shoulders like, where's Captain Cretaceous? She's my favorite.
Oh, man, no. She's pretty cool, but she's not here.
Oh, too bad. Well, it doesn't hurt to get the autograph started, and he gives you the whole.
I will scribble something on the page with a flourish.
Cyber Squatch. And the fellow basically just follows you guys around as you're in the spaceport until you ignore them or until you leave or that you sign. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give my autograph. Just my autograph is not very legible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those kids that never learned how to do cursive, so I just scribble.
Just an X.
All right. Oh, wow. Captain X. I didn't even know you were in this picture. Defrag?
Yeah.
Okay. Cyber Squatch. The creature attentively approaches you. You're a Cyber Squatch.
Yep. That is me.
The picture is proffered with a large smile, his 3 eyes blinking guilelessly.
Oh, right. You want a signature?
Uh-huh.
Does he hand me a marker or something as well?
Yeah, there he gives you a pen.
I will. I don't think I've ever done one of these.
Have you ever written your name before?
I don't think I have.
Do you know how to write? Now that the cybernetics are shut down, is written language even a thing for you?
That is a very weird question to ask, but not something that I'd ever considered before. And I'm not sure how well I can manipulate with the cybernetic fingers, but I will do my best to write out Cyber Squatch in the pictograms of my people.
Okay.
So it's a lot of dashes and lines, dots and squiggles.
Okay. He looks back at it and says, "Oh, I don't know this language. I've got a lot of studying to do. Superheroes are so full of surprises. It's really an honor to meet you." He hugs your leg and runs away.
I think that was my real name.
I chased that kid down. What did he write?
Oh, I can't read it. Well, never mind. The city yawns before you. Like I said, steamy. There's a lot of glaring lights and crowded streets. Crowded in that they're close together. There's public transport here, so there's no private vehicles on Bradbury Station. There just seems to be a series of connected rails that move through the city-sized space station, getting people from one locale to another.
There's no weird time change stuff we need to know about. They're not going to be like, oh, it takes you an hour, but that was a Mars hour, not an Earth hour, and then we're late to the thing.
Space has largely agreed to stick with Earth time for the most part. Like on Mars itself, that they do their own Mars thing, but in space, everything is Earth time. Everything is Earth hours. If it's an Earth property. Or rather, if it was Earth founded, excuse me. Bradbury Station also has the dubious distinction of being the capital city of Mars, so that's another local issue, but not germane to what we're talking about. The streets, as you tour the streets, you see that there is a lot of alien ethnic cuisine restaurants. From the various few species that have decided to interact with human beings. You get the impression that from just the way people have described things and the way that the aliens are integrated into the space culture, that the galaxy at large does not consider humanity terribly well. They won't even invite them. Their planet is so fractious and warlike with each other, they won't even induct them into their league of space planets. That's why their only real allyship is with the colony stuff. The city, like I said, is filled with anything you'd want here if you're a space person. But let's zero in on just the sightseeing tour. As you are sightseeing, you see a screen flare to life on one of the nearby taller buildings, and you see footage of what looks like to be the news cycle, and you see the words written in cycle like tickering by in various languages, including Earth Standard, conveniently English. It says Corsair Queen strikes again, and you see like some footage of like space pirates in a pitched battle with the forces of the Space Hawks. Space piracy up 500% since war with since Galactic War, and the person comes on and then begin a multilingual broadcast, and you can see like all the spaceships suits that you have, and I guess it's just built in to the general technology. Auto translates in whatever language you speak, except for you, Cyber Squatch. The language that comes out of your little like spacesuit that they have built for you is German.
Oh, that's unhappy.
And as this is going on, you see that you hear like an explosion down the streets. You can feel the station rumble as you can see a ball of green fire erupts like I'd say 2 blocks down from you.
Shit.
What kind of jurisdiction do we have here?
You're superheroes and special guests of the Space Hawks. Chances are you guys are in the clear for heroics.
Okay, head that way.
All right. As you head that way, you basically come around the corner and see that there is a massive like plasma. I'm not going to say fire. It's basically just a continuous pulsating glob of glowing green plasma that seems to be consuming one of the local buildings. A few burning civilians tumble out trying to like remove their clothes. One of them's arm basically disintegrates as he tries to do it, and you see that there are a number of looks to be like alien gangers that are attacking the local business owners here.
So is there's a building that's on fire?
Kind of. It seems to be dissolving slowly by some sort of alien weapon process.
Oh, so the building's not actually on fire. They are just destroying the buildings.
Yes, it is basically being like eroded away by some sort of green energy.
I guess nanite repair form won't work on it. If I use...
It looks like the energy is emanating from some sort of like grenade or bomb inside the structure.
Can I use my force grip? What was it? The telekinetic manipulation to pull that bomb out and move it away.
Sure. Let's see. Let's do. Give me. Let's say. What do you have a like a skill associated with that power, or?
Well, it's just an attack ability.
Okay,
I mean, I can grapple with it too.
Yeah, you go ahead and do the attack then.
All right. That is, let's see. If I add ranged combat, get all my stuff moved around to the right things. It's 12. So that's a 27.
All right. You are able to extend your force field out and wrap it around the grenade. Minerva tells you, I've looked up schematics. It's a what do I have? I'm sorry. It's a corrosive plasma emanator. It usually has a timer of about 2 minutes. We've got a minute left to go, but your force field is preventing the emanations from reaching the building, which you see the green energy that is corroding stuff continue just for a little bit and then stop. The creatures that threw it and have been like basically trying to chase everyone away. You see that they've killed a couple of people, turn towards you. One of them is a massive red creature with 2 heads, dressed in like, space punk stuff. Use your imagination. He's a space punk. He looks like a space punk. He's a punk from space.
I'm going to go towards desert punk. I don't care what you said.
Okay, fine. Yeah, desert punk, but in space.
No, desert.
With him is a robot with 4 arms, each of them tipped in a laser gun. And
I'm going to look at them and say real loud, do y'all have a permit for the proper destruction of these facilities?
the two-headed thing calls out to you. We're just here for some urban renewal, and you are fucking up our contract.
Can I see your paperwork, please?
Yeah, you can see my paperwork. One of his heads opens up and emits a beam of energy. Let's roll this. Or
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
Or maybe a long break. We'll discuss.
All right. Well, if you guys want to break for the night, and we'll pick up next session.
I mean, I'm down to keep playing, but
I'm down for the break for the night.
Yeah. Okay. Then.
I've got to figure out how to play Sasquatch now.
Okay. Yeah. You know. We'll discuss that if you want to talk about during the break. Otherwise, we'll wing it.
well, just in case we don't come back, the cover art for this would be us playing video games and Sasquatch is creepily staring at us from a darkened doorway in the back.
Oh my god!
All right, yeah, fine. This issue 17. Let's call it Space Madness.
Nope. Space Madness.
And I like your cover idea. Anybody else have any alternates?
Nope. Mine's the best.
No, I think that's the best. Yeah.
While we're playing video games, there's a duffel bag between the two of us with Doritos and a bunch of other stuff in there.
And Skittles and Surge.
Lots of cans of Urge.
Urge. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.